Sorry for my English and a little bit nervous. So, creating possibilities. I hate that word. The unlikely. So, for a long time, in dialogues and meeting people, when you ask someone, so what do you do? And I said, I play the bass on a band. Oh, and works with what? Every time someone asked me what I do, and I said I was in a band, they thought that I had another job. To be a musician, it wasn't a possibility for them. But that's what I did in the last 17 years, and that what I made myself. Despite I being an anthropologist and a sociology teacher for high school kids and had my master's on psychology, I was in a band. And that's a strange name for a band, even in Brazil. It's called Colonial Furniture Made of Acaju. That's a type of wood. We were a 9-piece members band. Just a few here, some are missing. And this band wasn't supposed to be a successful band. It wasn't supposed to happen at all. We were a strange band with a strange name in a different city outside Rio, São Paulo. That's the main cities for arts and music. We played with different formation, with different mixing of styles, rock, ska, jazz, Brazilian music, MPB, and other stuff. Well, everything was supposed to be to get us not to happen, and the first thing was the number of people, right? We were going to go to a concert. You have to pay for 10 tickets, the accommodations, food, everything. But then we start thinking how we are going to transform that as from a problem to a solution. So most of our work was every time constructing something creatively from the problem to the solution. And the first thing was the 9-piece band. So when we were trying to negotiate a concert, a gig, the promoter used to say, but the stage is really small. And then we said, no, we can be there. Like we have played in a stage like this with 9 people and drums. So that's okay, we can do that, no problem. What's the next? We don't have enough microphones, so because you use 5, you have 3. There's no problem. The trombone and the sax, tenor sax, they can split a microphone. There's no problem. But you have to run the stage in 15 minutes. Okay, we'll do it in 13. It's okay. Doesn't matter. We had to do it. It worked. We had to make it work. Because we know that our characteristics that was totally different from all other bands, from 3-4 person, would be the first thing someone would look and say. So once we were on the stage, we would say okay, for them we are like 3 bands in the produce, to put on stage, to buy. Okay, so let's work as a 3 band. Let's do a concert that's going to have impact on the audience as a 3 band concert. And that was really, really important. So we had to have energy on stage. We had to be creative, to talk with audience, to walk around, and to make a huge event of the concert. So some photos. You had to play with them out on the floor. We had to put them on the stage. We had to make it work. And we really lucky band. I say that all the time. The former guitar player, he used to hate that because I think lucky is a really important thing to creative. You have to work your lucky. You know, I don't know if it makes sense for you in English. For me in Portuguese, it makes really sense. Lucky, or as fortune, is something you have to develop as creativity. For example, when you're traveling and you have a promotion, a marketing action from the Samsung and the FIFA World Cup, and they gave you one TV for each passenger on the flight, and you have only one van, and then say, okay, we are really lucky, we got all the TVs, but how are you going to make it work, right? You have 10, we were with 12 people there. 12 people, the equipment, the driver, and we have 13 TVs. How are you going to make it work? We're going to make it work all the time. Doesn't matter. You have to be creative. You have to create opportunities from the like it. That's what we do. And then that's why we, after a lot of years, we started our own company, that MCDA, Artist Productions, because we thought that we have to make it something more formal, and you have to work as an organism, and people need us to be like that. So we made our company, and then we developed this concept. That's translation is quite strange, but we call Banda Empresa, our band company. It's not a band that has a company, or it's not a company that runs a band. It's a band company. It's something together. It has to be together, because when we were on the studio, making the music and recording, we have to think as an entrepreneur, like I hate this word. De forma empreendedora, like in a way to yes, exactly. Because the music, okay, it's a form of art and creativity, okay, but it was made for an audience, a public. It had to bring our values and our goals with the sound as well. It wasn't only about the music about the music. No, it was about our career, how we would make it work on the stage and go to the audience. At the same time, when we were at the office producing, and we did everything. I used to run all the merchandise of the band and the projects. We had to think that as a form of art and creativity as well. So that's why we used to do this together. But then I tried to, I tried to move forward as an experiment. We created Circula, that's an incubator for bands. We tried to give to other bands the way we used to work. And it was okay. In the first year, we had a fund from the government, and we worked with 120 bands in 1 year, with different styles and levels of, like, the beginners and already in tour. But it wasn't working. It really wasn't working because of that. And then I realized the most important thing is not the model, but the idea behind the model. And that was the way the band was developing all over the years, not trying to replicate, to mimic the models that we saw on different bands, venues, festivals, but the idea behind it. That's the most important thing. So you guys are listening to us. Don't take the models, take the ideas. That's the main thing. And then I started my own company, NTCA. I have no idea how to translate the name. It's a really strange name. I can try bring it after. But não trabalhamos com acabamento. It makes some sense. Okay. And then with this company, I started developing a lot of projects. I don't like to work only with one thing. It's not my vibe. And that's when I understand. Like, I'm not going to pick up the models. I'm not going to look for models, but I'm going to hack it. I'm going to remix. I'm going to remodel everything. I live everything I know, and I have contact. So this thing here is already being remixed in my mind. So how can I pick ideas here and put it to develop in Brazil? And then the band started this festival Moveis Convida. That's my shirt. It's Moveis Invited. It started as like this, the band inviting other bands from Brazil to play in Brasilia, our home, to give them the opportunity to play in Brasilia with our audience, with quality and a venue that was going to be really good. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't really enough. And then I started another project that's called NAFASI. I also have no idea how to translate that, but it's about affection, about be affected by others and with yourself to others. It's a party. We try to promote environment really free for all kind of affections, all kind of love, all kind of like really a place for respect and a place where anyone could be free to be themselves and to love, to be like crazy with the music. And then this year I mixed the two projects, and what's really, really amazing, we had like with a mixed trade, I don't know how to say that, street trade, we have talks, we have a lot of concerts in different venues, different people, different styles, different everything. And we occupied the center of the city on a building that was supposed to be the center of the arts and culture in Brasilia, the capital, but it was abandoned. And we were a part of a movement to bring it together, to bring it to life. So this is the underground there. And then we have a flash convention, a flash day as well in the middle of the festival. We had some art posters from artists, feminism artists there. So this is something about the festival this year that Ruth was. Oh, I forgot the best picture. No, sorry, I forgot. Well, one of the best places there was, we call Clixi. That's something about like self yourself, or click yourself, but a place with photographers that they shot people there. The red one of the top was taken there, but the best picture I put on the end, at the end. So that's what I do. I try to pick one project and with another. I try to see what's difficult in this one and what's the problem with that one and how they can mix together. How can, from a problem, you can try to develop a solution. So I don't have the money for the festival. Okay, so how am I going to make it work? I have a lot of space there, so how am I going to occupy it? and how all that can bring with them the ideas, the values that I'm working for, right? And not only the models. This is a project that I have, like a tea house. It's my passion, but it's for another talk. That's the best picture ever. That was taken inside the party. So for Ateme, and thank you very much.